Hey, today on Unscripted, I've got a special guest. This is Becca Issacs. Did I say that?
Yep, Isaacs.
Perfect. All right. So she's actually the youth
Head of Youth Services over at the library.
Over at the library. And that's the Hardin County Public Library.
Yep.
You'll have a lot going on because
Yes.
I get the calendar, and there's like stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So there's different groups and activities and reading clubs. And so I thought, perfect opportunity. We like to look at different things that people can do right here in Hardin County, and the library is a fantastic community resource. So people are like, oh, I got a library card, but sometimes you forget the library is more than just books.
Yep, absolutely.
So I'm going to go ahead and let you kind of take the wheel here and give us a little bit of insight on all the exciting stuff that's going on at the library.
Sure, yeah. Well, like you said, it's more than just books. We try to keep our calendars jam-packed, so there's something for everybody. I'm back in the kids department, so I made sure I grabbed our adult services calendar so I wouldn't forget all the stuff that's going on up there, too. But especially now, we're in the gear up to summer reading. So even more important that the library's out there is kids have more time and their parents have more time to do stuff. Swing on by the library. A great free place to visit. There aren't many free places to visit much anymore. We've got all sorts of stuff. We do, back in the kids department, we make sure we got lots of story times, crafts, activities. Here in May, we'll actually have my dog comes in. It will come in at the end of May to kick off sort of our summer reading. He'll be there every week so kids can read to him.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. It was a big hit last year. Our former children's librarian brought her dog Rocky in. We still have kids asking when the dog's coming back. So he's coming back in May. But we keep it very full of stuff. And then there's always the books and the movies and all that good stuff that you can take home with you and something to sit and do at home.
What are some of the activities that you have coming up specifically?
Yeah. So this week, I don't know when this is going up. If it goes up before the end of April, we've got a book sale starting on Thursday, April 21st, and it'll run through through Saturday, so through the 23rd. If you want to pick up a book that you can take home and keep with you. We've always got story times. Wednesday is our babies and toddlers. Thursday is our preschool day. Fridays is a little more free-flowing. We just started a yoga class for our kids.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so Fridays it's for our younger ones. Saturdays I do a yoga class for our tweens, so that for those 9 to 14-year-olds who are looking for something to do. Saturdays we do yoga sometimes. The Saturdays I'm not there. My assistant children's librarian, Debbie, does a story time for the kids on Saturday. We do board games. Our teens play D&D. We just opened registration for that. So if any teens are looking to start D&D and they don't know how to play.
What's the age range? Because I've got a preteen that might be interested in that kind of thing.
Yeah. I think our teen librarian has it open from 13 to 18. But if they're skirting that age range, go ahead and slip them in.
Sure.
But even if they don't know how to play, she's very great about teaching them how to play. The group she's had going now for the last couple of years, most of them learned through playing, and they have a great time. You can hear them back there on Thursdays and Saturdays as they're doing their dungeoning. But it's a good time. We got lots of stuff over there. And new stuff we're adding all the time. Our June calendar I'm working on right now, and it is already very full. So...
No, like I said, I get the calendar, the little newsletter. Is that something that people can subscribe to?
Yes. Or you can join our Facebook page, too. I put it up on Facebook every month. But if you just shoot me an email at HCPL, like Hardin County Public Library, Becca I at Gmail, and I get to add it to our newsletter list. I actually just sent it out this morning so I can add anybody else.
I know, I saw it before you came in.
Sent it right as I was headed out the door, make sure everybody had it. But yeah, we've got a newsletter list that we send out to our parents with only once a month. I know we get plenty of stuff in our inbox, so I don't want to be one more thing.
Right.
It just gives them a rundown of the month and the calendar they can print out and add it to their fridge so they know what's going on.
So the library, we got moving into the summer months. I know we've done like the Bookmobile in the past. Is that coming back?
Yes. We actually just had our ribbon cutting for our brand new Bookmobile. I think it was last week. So our Bookmobile librarian, John, heads out into the community all week. And I know they're doing plenty more this summer. Him and Cindy, she does more of our kids' stuff. He's out at Colvin Community Center every Thursday from 9 to 11. I know he's out in Glendale on either Monday or Friday. I didn't grab his calendar with me. No, I don't remember. Knew I'd leave something behind. But he's out and about all the time, getting people out in the community who have a harder time getting into E-Town. Stuff that they need and they can reserve online, that sort of thing.
Sure. As far as the library goes, I know you got a lot of activities, but is there like a specific need? Like I talked with Bart over at the PAC, and one thing that he is really needing, especially after a time of COVID, is volunteers. And I'm seeing that kind of community wide that people are still kind of reluctant to go out.
Yeah.
Are you kind of experiencing that at the library too?
A little bit. Now that I think people are getting more comfortable with being out and about, we're starting to see a tick up again in our attendance, especially back in the kids. I get parents being a little bit more gun-shy about it. Totally understand. So we're getting a few more people now, especially as our programming is increasing again too, and they know that we're out there. But we're also always happy to have volunteers if anybody's looking for something.
Yeah.
If you got teens who need beta hours or something, send them my way. I'm happy to take them.
Absolutely.
But we are starting to see a little bit more people feeling comfortable coming out again, and we're happy to see them. It's very boring when there's no one in the library. I know people think it's a quiet place, but I like a little bit of noise, especially back in the kids department. People happy to be out, happy to be in the library.
Yeah, absolutely. So the library, it's got more than just books.
Yes.
So I remember growing up, we have all sorts of, you get CDs and listen to different stuff and movies. What kind of other stuff does the library there's people out there that kind of forget that the library's there and it's free to the public.
Yes. We've got lots of movies, lots of new releases. So if you missed like the last superhero movie, didn't catch Black Widow in theaters or something, we've got all sorts of new DVDs. We get new ones every week. Our CD collection, with streaming, it doesn't get checked out as often.
Yeah.
But if you ever need anything, we're more than happy to reach out to other places too and get stuff brought in. CDs, DVDs, TV shows. If you don't want to pay for Netflix to stream something, we're happy to. We've got a few box sets, but we can also get them brought in from other places.
So what is there like a network that you can pull from of different libraries?
Yeah. So we Interlibrary loans. So that's actually something our adult services librarian handles a little bit more than I do. We just reach out to any libraries in the state, really, see if they've got it, and they mail it to us. So if it's something anybody needs immediately, we usually can't get it super quick.
Right.
Depends on the post office. But within a week or so, we can usually have something like weird or specific or just that we don't have brought in for somebody that can take it home with them.
Well, that makes it really easy for people if there's something kind of niche that they're interested in. You can get that in usually in a couple of weeks or something like that. So I know that you're the youth side of it, but I know that there's also activities for adults. Do you have kind of an idea of some of those activities too?
I brought the calendar. I didn't forget. See,
came prepared.
Yes. We always have lots of art stuff because it's nice to sort of get out and make something with your own hands. And for folks who struggle with technology, we do a tech tutorials class to help with like word processing, figuring out your tablet. We do that. Let's see what else she's going to do. They also do a yoga class twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday. We do yoga Zumba on Monday.
I was going to say yoga is just such a weird thing to think about with a library. And you said Zumba too?
Yep, Zumba on Monday. So the library is not always a quiet place. You can hear the Zumba class from outside some days. But it's a big hit, and it sounds like a good time. It makes me want to join in every time I hear the bass bumping through the wall. We do Tai Chi on Wednesdays. We just started a karate class that goes on Wednesdays too, taught by the same gentleman who teaches Tai Chi. We do movies some weeks, bingo some weeks. It gets a little competitive from what I can hear sometimes. Well, there's always lots of stuff going on. And if there's ever any programs that somebody wants going and they just want to shoot us an email, ask, we're always either happy to bring people in to do stuff or if they want to help organize it. We like to make sure that the community has what they're interested in doing out there.
Right, exactly. Is there something maybe that you can think of, and this might be a tough question.
Okay.
I don't mean to stump you.
Yeah.
That maybe people don't realize about the public library. Something that maybe is like, I didn't realize library. just then, like I didn't realize the library was doing Zumba,
Yeah.
for example. But is there something that maybe is a little unusual about the library that maybe people don't realize that you would love for them to know?
Oh gosh.
Like I said, I didn't mean to
Stumper.
stump you.
Yeah. I think more than anything, I just like people remembering that we're more than just a big building with books in it. We do have programs, adult programs, kids programs, just different stuff that isn't just us reading. I know the sort of cornerstone when you think of the library is, oh, it's story time, or oh, we got to run and get our books. We've got lots of stuff going on, and we're always happy to do more stuff. It's almost more of a community building than it is like a checkout building, you
Sure.
know. It's just a free place for people to come, and they can just hang out. Even we've got lots of seating, and we like seeing the building full. We like having people in working on schoolwork, or sitting and reading a book off the shelves, or even just hanging out and playing checkers or something.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I know you mentioned the Facebook page, but is there, if people want to learn more about what y'all do at the library, or you know, see what all you have to offer, is there good contact information?
Yeah. So we do have a website. It's hcpl.info, and that always has everything that's going on at the library. It's the best way to access both calendars, our adult calendar and our kids' calendar. If there's anybody at the library that you want to contact, it's always HCPL and then their first name and last initial at Gmail. So that's the best way to get a hold of me, usually, our adult service librarian, Rebecca. Or if it's just like I need my books renewed question, they can email the circulation desk, HCPL CIRC desk at Gmail. And we're always, it's probably the fastest way to get a hold of us short of calling, which you are also welcome to do.
People still call on the phone.
I know, it's wild. But we get, I feel like our phone rings pretty often, people with just a quick question that we're always happy to answer.
Sure.
But those are probably the fastest ways to get a hold of anybody if it's nothing too complicated, or they can just stop by.
Hey, now that's always the best.
Yeah.
That's always the best.
Best way
option.
to get a hold of us.
As we're getting ready to wrap up, is there anything that maybe we didn't mention that you think is probably useful for somebody to know about the library?
Oh, gosh. Well, I always get lots of questions about making a library card, which we are very, very happy to do, get you set up with one. If you are looking to come check out to make a library card and you don't have one, as long as you work or reside in the county, so you don't even have to live here if you work here. We just need something that proves you live here, and we're happy to get you set up. Yep.
That's easy
License,
enough.
Piece of mail, something with your name and where you live on it.
Perfect.
Yep.
Hey, well, I do want to thank you for your time this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, this was fun. Hardin County Public Library, it's a free resource right here, and they do more than just books.
Yes.
And that's really what I wanted to stress today. You think about libraries, you think about books, and certainly reading is important, but they have so much more to offer than just books. So that's why we did this part with the unscripted segment. So, of course, thank you again for your time,
Yes,
and we'll have to have you back, talk about some
I
of
would
the
love
other
to.
the stuff that's coming up in the future.
Yeah, right before the summer. When I finally have that calendar finalized, I can tell everybody what's going on starting in June.
Absolutely.
Yeah.